Welcome to C.Tube, where ancient Chinese strategy meets modern life. Through timeless tales of power, wisdom, and intrigue, we decode the art of decision-making, self-awareness, and navigating the complexities of career and life. Let history be your greatest teacher. In today's story, we journey back to the Tang dynasty, where a trusted general's simmering resentment turned into open rebellion. More than just a tale of war and power, this is a story about betrayal, missed signals, and the high cost of ignoring warning signs. Let's step into the moment and see what it reveals about how fragile loyalty can be when pride and politics collide. Part 1. A Hero Wronged. Li Huaiguang, a celebrated general of the Tang dynasty, had fought bravely in numerous campaigns to protect the empire. Yet despite his military achievements, he found himself shut out of the imperial court. This snub was not due to any fault of his own, but rather the scheming of the corrupt official Lu Qi, who poisoned Emperor Daizong's mind against him. Privately, Li fumed. "I fought east and west for the Tang, yet I'm not even allowed an audience. They don't trust me." Resentment took root. He began to plot rebellion, waiting only for the right opportunity. At the time, the rebel Zhu Xi had seized control of Chang'an, and Li Huaiguang was ordered to cooperate with another general, Li Sheng, to retake the capital. Eager to command the operation himself, Li Huaiguang requested that the two armies be merged under his sole leadership. The emperor agreed. Part 2. A trap set in praise. As the joint army camped, Zhu Qi's forces attacked. Li Sheng urged swift retaliation, pointing out that Zhu was vulnerable outside the city. But Li Huaiguang refused, claiming his troops hadn't eaten. He had no intention of fighting. His real plan was to stall and secretly coordinate with Zhu Xi, aiming to wipe out Li Sheng's forces. Li Sheng, sensing the danger, secretly requested to move his troops to a safer position near the East Weihe Bridge. Emperor Daizong, still blind to Li Huaiguang's disloyalty, refused. To provoke his soldiers into open rebellion, Li Huaiguang feigned a desperate need for supplies and demanded grain from the emperor. In response, the emperor sent his advisor Lu Ji to calm him. Lu Ji immediately saw through the general's charade, but kept his cool. He flattered Li Huaiguang's strength and subtly provoked his pride. "Surely a commander as mighty as you needs no help from Li Sheng to defeat Zhu Xi." Li Huaiguang flattered, scoffed. "Of course not. I've fought countless battles. I don't need anyone's help." Lu Ji seized the moment. "Then perhaps we can send Li Sheng to defend the East Weihe Bridge, since you have everything under control here." Trapped by his arrogance, Li Huaiguang agreed. Lu Ji quickly reported back and convinced the emperor to approve the move. Li Sheng, finally freed from danger, relocated his troops and narrowly escaped destruction. Part 3. Rebellion unleashed, regret too late. Lu Ji continued to warn the emperor. If Li Huaiguang revolts, he'll easily absorb the armies of other commanders nearby, drastically tipping the balance of power. But Emperor Daizong remained optimistic. "You worry too much. Li may be proud, but I've treated him well. He wouldn't betray me." Shortly after Li Sheng's departure, Li Huaiguang revealed his true intentions. He openly allied with Zhu Xi, seized the forces of two regional commanders, Li Jianhui and Yang Huayuan, and grew stronger by the day. His rebellion surged in power and scope. Caught unprepared, Emperor Daizong had no choice but to flee the capital for Hanzhong. As he retreated, he bitterly confessed to Lu Ji, "Had I listened to your advice, none of this would have happened." Now, let's break it down into the key takeaways you won't want to forget. A truly outstanding individual must possess more than just grand ambitions. They must also be equipped with foresight. This means having the wisdom to consider matters from a broader, long-term perspective and to make decisions based on the overall landscape rather than narrow, immediate concerns. But even that isn't enough. What truly sets apart remarkable minds is the presence of anticipation, the ability to detect danger or opportunity before it becomes obvious. So, what's the difference between foresight and anticipation? Foresight is the ability to recognize trends or events once they begin to emerge. Anticipation, however, involves perceiving what hasn't yet surfaced, or has only shown faint traces. Imagine this. If an enemy force begins marching toward you and you detect their movement in time, that's foresight. But if the enemy hasn't moved yet, and you piece together their intent based on scattered clues, perhaps they're mobilizing supplies, or shifting troops quietly behind the scenes, then your judgment is based on anticipation. The latter demands a sharper intellect and keener observation, because it relies not on clear evidence, but on subtle signs and inference. When General Li Shang noticed signs of disloyalty in his fellow commander, that was foresight, it was already surfacing. But when advisor Liu Ji deduced the coming betrayal based on character analysis and broader political context, he demonstrated a far rarer talent, the ability to read what was not yet written. Most people, given enough experience, can develop some degree of foresight. But those with true anticipatory insight are rare, and it's this rare brilliance that enables them to foresee the storm while the sky still looks clear. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this journey into history and insight, don't forget to subscribe for more stories that reveal the wisdom behind the ages.